Hello and welcome, my lovelies. It is December 21st, 2021. I am the Queen of Clovers. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for all your support. You guys have been wonderful. I know I've been away for a bit. It's been dark and getting darker everywhere. You have a friend who says I'm going through it. It's so tough right now. We're all going through it, kiddos. So just hang in there, loves. But, I did my nails today, and I'm going to pull some cards for us for the winter solstice, the darkest day of the year, and see what Spirit has really in store for everyone before I start getting onto the sign readings for end of year, new year. Okay, so I have Lady with a Bosch egg. Ancient wisdom. Ancient wisdom in darkness, without a doubt. The card 31, which boils down to a 4, which boils down to cover your bases. Get your asses covered. But also, we have time to do that. It seems like there's a lot of unnecessary space around us right now that a lot of us are struggling with. Me in particular, it's just so much space and time and things that you really want to get to, but you just not, because you're staring into the, got our motorcycle coming through here. Okay, yeah, defeat. And fives. Oh, fives. We know what fives are. Fives are change. These 5 of Swords and 5 of Cups, disappointment and defeat next to each other. With the 5 of Cups, 6 of Swords is usually, 5 of Swords is usually, to me, the information and the attitude is not there. And that's why it's defeat, and it's why it's a little heavier than what we want to feel. We want to feel the sun right now, but we're feeling these fives, these major changes. With the 5 of Cups, yes, there's 2 cups remaining, but we tend to mourn the 3 we've lost more in this moment. And we've lost a lot, and our world is changing so much. And Spirit is just asking us to really put in a little happiness. Spirit keeps telling me, one of the reasons I didn't read that recently is because Spirit keeps telling me, see, this is the Lovers in reverse. It is a time for full connection, not necessarily a time for lovers to be, coupling away. And a lot of us aren't really feeling that. And take the joy and delight in the darkness. And there are certain kind of parties, nothing too crazy, team, that certain kind of parties, certain kind of events that happen at night, that happen under the moon, that are traditions and hopes and dreams. And, in my family growing up, you would hang out together as a family and past midnight on Christmas Eve so that you would spend Christmas Day moment together. And it's those kind of reassurances and traditions Spirit is asking us to look into, even though we want to get those kids to bed early. Indulge in those moments of each other. And I'm like, well, we got some things going on. We've got this sickness going on, Spirit, and you're going to be able to find a way to be loving with this Queen of Cups here. We're all going to find a way to live sweetly and embody some feminine energy in this very feminine time. The darker the night, the more feminine energies come out with the moon. And since we're going into winter, it's going to be dark, and it is the darkest day. But with this 3 of Cups, it actually came in reverse. And this is not necessarily getting together. This is finding other moments of sweetness. So it's almost like turning it on its head and changing the patterns to sweetness and happiness and understanding. And love. How do you express your love without coming close to each other? For being apart. I'm apart from my mother, and just because we live states away from each other now. So what just change. Scorpionic energy. It's a little obvious. The message is a little obvious here. So there is something about the solstice that I read about the Chumash Indians today. Yeah, it's pretty fancy and basic because they're California Indians, and I'm a California girl, and I miss the sun. Yesterday, I realized that I'm like, well, because I was watching the dog, lay in like a little bit of sunshine on the patio, and I was just like a little jelly. And I realized I'm a sunshine child, and I'm missing the fire. I'm missing the sun right now. And you got to learn how to appreciate a bit of the darkness. But a lot of the change happens in these bright, changing lights. And when you come, the Chumash Indians believe that it may be the darkest day of the year, and nobody really knows when the earliest people in history noticed that it was the darkest day of the year. But, it became important, especially because of farming. But it also was this baby light. They kind of talked about this new light coming in, and it was going to start growing and changing. And we are burning off a lot of the old life right now, and some of it we're kicking and screaming about it. But life, when this whole thing started in 2020, everyone said life would never be the same. And I still felt like over the summer, I still kind of felt like we were going to go back to the way things were. I was even kind of nervous about it. But, now we're in December, and it's like, oh no, we are still changing. This is still happening. We're still living this life. I mean, the NBA is, I don't know, I think it's gotten a little exciting because they can pick up random players here and there, but like the NFL has shut down. I believe they're taking a break in their season, and even SNL, Saturday Night Live, very big TV show around the world, did not have a live audience, for the first time and whatever. So it's like all these things are changing right now, and this is life. This is how it is. So we're gonna have to find a way, Nutcracker and Broadway performances being, we have to work with it, and figure it out. It's just part of our lives now, and these are the changes we're going through. Life is not going to be anything the way it was before, and that's something to be excited about. This new light, this baby light coming into growth. It's a very beautiful thing that Spirit is like, focus on this. I'm like, no, it's cold. So I do live in California, so you probably don't think it's cold, but 40 degrees, 37 degrees at night is cold, and I can't turn on my heater because my boys have asthma, and so it just makes them sick. So I actually live a heaterless life in California, and I can't do that other places for sure. Everyone's like, move here, move there, and I'm like, I can't turn on my heater. It's just an excuse, isn't it? Knight of Pentacles, Six of Wands to the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, this is like where we're going, team. And it's going to be slow going to getting to that physical ending, to that actual reality. We're there to arrive somewhere, especially it's like a journey of its own, but it is a journey towards victory. We're going to be able to do this. A lot is changing in the world right now, and this is like reassurance from Spirit that it's going to be a long bit of a trail, but team, there will be victory at the end, and it'll be public victory. We will feel that victory. And this Nine of Pentacles in reverse, it's not something to fear or stress over, because in this, the way it next to the Six of Wands, the card of victory, the Nine of Pentacles here is talking about the possibility of, it's not quite a Ten of Pentacles life. It's not quite that legacy building, naming school buildings after you kind of life. But there is a bit greater togetherness on the horizon. You will not have to sit in your garden alone anymore. None of us will. And it's like those kids on those cartoons where they're like, Spirit isn't even giving me an example here, but they want me to tell you about kids, when you watch, movies about kids who are isolated and whatever, you almost have to see they're like almost trying to be alone. It's very hard to not socialize. They're missing the cues sometimes. And this is that energy of kind of being on that edge of togetherness that we're going to come towards. It's going to be pretty good, pretty solid, pretty spiritual. Instead of all this insanity and cancer culture and angry people who hate people they've never met before. It's going to be all that kind of like, we're going to be able to live together again in quite a nice way. And it's out there, it's just kind of far away. I'm like, Spirit, is it going to be the summer? How about the summer? I'm ready for a sexy girl summer. I'm in Aries, you guys. I gotta have my sun. Do you guys miss the sun? So when you live in snowy places, do you miss the sun? The Empress. And the Seven of Cups. Yes, there will be options. There will be opportunities. I think there's a sense of us. There is this value in home and about having a place of your own, perhaps not and proper boundaries in a gentle way. So that'll kind of be the sign that Spirit is saying, and you're going to feel like life has a little more options, a little less restrictions at that time. Oh, too many cards, Spirit. Too many cards. Slow your roll, Spirit. That's when we'll know it's over. Ooh. That is the Queen of Cups return. King of Cups. King of Swords. Love. I'm sorry, Knight of Swords. That's when we'll know. Oh, I'm sorry. There'll be another typhoon. But it'll be after that. Another wind. Typhoon. But yeah, we'll actually be able to move a little more freely. And it'll start to feel that way when you feel that sense of home, that sense of place and safety just all around you. I wish Spirit would give me a little more. You know, just testing my wings out. I'm going to do some new readings for the end of the year for all the signs, starting tomorrow, coming from this darkness of the summer solstice. Please check in, and I hope you guys have a great night, long darkness. Again, like and subscribe if you would like to more of my readings. All right, have a good one, my loves.